Salem.
This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley. Donald Trump is hoping for a commanding win in New Hampshire's primary today, and the very first results are already in. The AP's Donna Warder has that.
Reporters from around the globe came to the tiny resort town of Dixville Notch, New Hampshire, to cover the first 2024 presidential primary. And there were more reporters than voters. At 12 a.m. Tuesday, all 6 registered voters of Dixville Notch cast their ballots for Nikki Haley, giving her a clean sweep over former President Donald Trump and the other candidates. For the record, there are 4 registered Republicans in the town and 2 undeclared. Dixville Notch's first in the nation voting dates back to 1960, with the results announced just a few minutes after midnight. I'm Donna Warder.
Today, judges will hear arguments on whether Mississippi can continue to strip voting rights from people convicted of some felonies. On Monday night, the U.S. and British militaries bombed targets in 8 locations used by Houthi rebels in Yemen. The AP's Sagar Maghani.
It's the second time the 2 allies have carried out strikes in 10 days on the Iranian-backed rebels' missile launching capabilities amid months of Houthi attacks on commercial ships in the region's waters. Several officials say U.S. and U.K. warships, subs, and fighter jets took out Houthi missile storage sites and launchers. Sagar Maghani, Washington.
Flash floods overwhelmed homes and flipped over cars in San Diego on Monday. The torrential rain knocked down trees and flooded streets across California. Much of the nation saw heavy rain yesterday. The National Weather Service says there is a moderate risk of heavy rain through Wednesday for parts of the Deep South and the Gulf Coast. This is AP News. The Oscar nominations are this morning. The AP's Margie Zarletta.
The nominations for the Academy Awards will be revealed Tuesday morning.
Near zero.
What do you want for theory alone?
0 would be nice.
The summer standoff between the movies Oppenheimer and Barbie is expected to have a rematch with the Oscar nominations. Killers of the Flower Moon and Poor Things are expected to be up for Best Picture and several other awards.
I had you guys stuck with babysitting duty this year. How'd you manage that?
Divine Joy Randolph is expected to be a shoo-in for a supporting actress nomination for The Holdovers. Zazie Beetz and Jack Quaid will read the nominations, which will be live streamed on Oscar.com and air live on Good Morning America. The Oscars will be March 10th. I'm Margie Zarletta.
Filmmaker Norman Jewison has died. He was 97. His films included social dramas like the Oscar-winning In the Heat of the Night. Jewison was a 3-time Oscar nominee. I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
This is Cardinals broadcaster John Rooney. Soon enough, the boys of summer will be back on the fields in Jupiter, Florida for Spring Training 2024. It will be another season of the home runs, the hits, and the unforgettable moments. We will have you covered, and we'll be with you from the first pitch until the final out, right here on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar. Cardinal Baseball on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
You'll find these great deals at K&H Auto Supply. Gum-Out Carb and Choke Cleaner $4.99. Lucas Deep Clean Fuel System Cleaner for $7.99. Blue Devil Oil Stop Leak for $14.99. And KSEO Coolant Leak Repair for $15.99. K&H Auto Supply is your Parts City Auto Parts store right here in Salem.
Parts City. Yeah, Parts City. Parts City.
We are definitely different than most long-term care facilities. Our entire purpose is to serve the veteran.
The nurses and the help that we have here, they're just such wonderful people. And I really appreciate the kindness and the natural people that they are. Well, I don't know how they could choose any place better.
Missouri's veterans' homes are now accepting admissions. Visit mvc.dps.mo.gov.
At the KSMO studios, a look at that weather. And it's not too bad today. We will have some clouds, and we may have a sprinkle or two, or even a little bit of light mist this morning. But that'd be about it. Otherwise, we'll probably have to wait till later on this afternoon for another chance of some light rain or mist. It's going to be kind of one of those cloudy, overcast days. I won't rule out a drop or two coming down here or there. However, mostly cloudy today and a high about 46 degrees. Winds will be out of the south at 5 to 10. moving to the east in the afternoon. Again, that chance of getting any kind of precipitation, only 20%. Then for tonight, after midnight, that's a different ball game. We have a 100% chance of getting rain. There will be some shower activity, and it could be a nice steady rain for a while, like about 2 or 3 in the morning. So if you're going to be out about that time, you definitely want to wear an umbrella or have an umbrella or wear a raincoat, something, because more than likely you're going to get wet. They are calling for about a half an inch or so of rain at that time, so fairly decent, steady rain for just a couple of hours in the after midnight hours. And again, that low will be right around 42 degrees with an east breeze 5 to 10. By Wednesday, we'll only have a 40% chance of intermittent showers off and on throughout the day. High 55. We will have winds out of south 5 to 10. And then Wednesday night, a 3 in 10 chance of some rain after midnight. Cloudy with the low of 39. Winds out of south will move to the northwest after midnight. And then Thursday morning, a 3 in 10 chance of some lingering light rain. Cloudy and a high of 50 with northwest winds. Clouds Thursday night, low of 35. More clouds Friday, high of 50. And then Friday night, cloudy with a chance of rain developing after midnight, and a low of 35 with rain Saturday morning. Cloudy and a high of 43. Currently, right now, at KSMO Radio, it's 36 degrees. We do have cloudy skies at your hometown radio station. We have 9-mile-an-hour winds out of south-southeast. 100% relative humidity with 30.18 inches of pressure. It's moving up, making it feel like 30 degrees right now at KSMO Radio. Cancellations, we have a few. All Salem and Dane County schools have canceled their classes for today. That's Oak Hill R1, Green Forest R2, then Phelps R3, Northwood R4, Salem R80. No school. City of Salem Board of Aldermen meeting that was scheduled for tonight has been postponed and rescheduled for Thursday, January 25th. And the City of Salem utility bills that were due yesterday will be due today. As long as you pay them by 5 o'clock today, there'll be no late fees. Now remember, if you can't make it in, you can pay online at salemmo.com in the online utility payment. Again, all Salem and Dane County schools, they're closed today. R1, R2, R3, R4, R80. City of Salem Alderman meeting scheduled for tonight has been postponed and rescheduled for Thursday, January 25th. At KSMO, that's going to do it for that look at closures and cancellations and reschedulings. Here at KSMO, we invite you to stick around for local news. It's next.
Hi, Carrie Patton here from Town & Country Bank. We've got all the perks of a national bank, like online banking, quick loan approval, and you can even deposit your check from your phone. That's not why our customers love us, though. They love us because we still offer hometown customer service. Stop by one of our area locations and let our friendly team remind you how special hometown banking can be. Smart, friendly solutions. Town & Country Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tiffany Bland. I'm the new MD at SMDH Family Medicine. I will be providing family medical services for all ages. I'm now accepting new patients, so please call 729-8000 to make an appointment today. SMDH Family Medicine is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and all private and other insurance. Salem Memorial District Hospital, every patient, every encounter, every time.
7:36, time for news. Local news brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO Radio, AM 1340, FM 95.7, online, KSMOradio.com, our KSMO Stream Facebook page, and KSMO YouTube as well. My name is Stan Stevens. Good morning. It's the 23rd day of January, Tuesday. And let's get to that news. Phelps County Sheriff's Department did issue an endangered person advisory for a missing person incident that occurred at 15405 County Road 4070 in Raleigh at 4 o'clock yesterday. Missing is an 18-year-old white male named Phelan Connor Graves. He's 5'10", weighs about 150 pounds, has blonde hair, blue eyes, was wearing a black and gray flannel hoodie and blue jeans. Graves is believed to be with his mother, who's 35-year-old Joan Healy, a white female who's 5 feet 2, weighs about 125 pounds, has blonde hair and blue eyes, and it's unknown what she was wearing. Graves left his residence on foot after witnessing a fight between his parents. Graves is autistic and is developmentally challenged. Anyone seeing the missing person, suspect, associate, or anyone having any information should immediately dial 911 to contact the nearest law enforcement agency or call the Phelps County Sheriff's Department, 573-426-3860. A picture of this young man is on our Facebook page that we put out this morning, or actually last night, on that endangered person advisory. Salem Memorial Hospital regular board meeting was held Monday evening in the hospital library. In the administrator's report, interim CEO Jason Edwards reported the annual audit report will be given at the February board meeting from Forvis. He said Mike Gruenberg is the new interim revenue cycle director and that he met with Four Rivers CEO Stuart Gibson to discuss the ways the two entities can complement each other with network opportunities. Edwards reported the Torch participation agreement has been implemented, and funds are projected to be received by the end of the month to start initiating the program. He said CLIA has accepted the hospital's plan of correction and will be back soon to re-inspect. Edwards stated that Jeremiah McWilliams has implemented the 340B optimization and that Delta Assistance has been approved for the Charge Master update. Chief Financial Officer Doug Hoban reported the hospital had a loss from operations of $434,979 in December, with an excess of expenses over revenues of $290,222. Hoban reported hospital admissions in December were 89, which included 10 swing bed and 32 observation admissions, with a total of 285 patient census days. In December, there were 1,416 outpatient registrations, 1,384 cardiopulmonary procedures, 6,263 lab tests, 1,165 radiological procedures, 566 rehab treatments, 25 surgical procedures, and 139 home health visits. Hoban said the long-term care unit had 2 vacancies at the end of December, but those beds have now been filled. There were 590 emergency room visits, with 69 patients being admitted. A total of 239 ambulance runs were made, with 162 patients being transported. He said days cash on hand at the end of December was 17, but is now at 23.2. He also said a 2022 Medicaid rural reimbursement of $333,000 is expected at the end of the month. The clinic had a profit from direct operations for the month of December of $59,198 and $236,000 for the first half of the fiscal year. But that does not include employee benefits, which totaled around $318,000, providing for a loss of over $75,000. The 340B plan did show revenues over expenses for the month of $89,725. Chief Nursing Officer Ashley Owens said Med-Surg is fully staffed with nurses, but there's still a need for 4 full-time nighttime nurses. She met with the LPN students from TCTC, as well as the SBU LPN Bridge to RN students who will begin clinicals this week. After the Human Resource Report, the board approved the Infection Prevention Report, Utilization Report, and the Quality Report before approving the extension to the existing medical staff bylaws for an additional 60 days, as discussions in allowing nurse practitioners to have privileges continues to be a sticking point. From the board discussion, the emergency department physicians do not like the idea of the nurse practitioners having the privileges, which appears to be the point of contention. Edwards said the hospital has submitted their first request for the $962,792 and from the state grant and are expected to receive half around the end of this month. They will have to request the rest of the money by May. The board accepted the retirement of Director Judy Thompson and approved advertising for her replacement for the next 3 weeks for those interested in serving from District 1. A special meeting will be held Tuesday, February 13th to do interviews. The board approved the Board of Directors bylaws, then reminded everyone of the hospital's foundation's Dancing with the Salem Stars to be held at the Salem High School gym on Saturday, February 24th at 7 o'clock. Tickets are available in advance for $20, and table sponsorships are also available. Call 729-5917, extension 4005. Bleacher seating will be available at the door. The board then went into closed session. Salem Police Department released a report for the month of December. The department responded to 19 accidents during the month. Officers also responded to 6 alarms sounding and addressed 20 animal calls. The department investigated 5 assaults or fights, performed 16 well-being checks and 3 area checks during the month. The department investigated 17 domestic disputes, 9 verbal disturbances, conducted 36 follow-up investigations, and provided 22 escorts. They investigated a nuisance incident, 3 harassment reports, 2 fraud charges, took 3 missing persons reports, and offered assistance to 5 motorists. Salem Police wrote 7 property damage reports during December, made 9 stealing reports, and 2 shoplifting reports. Officers investigated 4 intoxicated drivers, 17 suspicious circumstance calls, 8 suspicious person calls, and 7 suspicious vehicle calls. Officers responded to 6 trespassing calls and attempted to serve 5 warrants in December. Officers conducted 69 traffic stops during the month. Police responded to a total of 443 incidents in December, and the average response time to calls during December was 2 minutes 27 seconds, and the average time spent on the scene was 16 minutes and 44 seconds. 7:44 sports next after this.
If you look close enough, you can see the hidden potential that lives within your fields. That's why an agro-liquid crop nutrition plan starts with the crop and identifies the precise combination of primary nutrients while focusing on the support of secondary and micronutrients, ensuring that every nutrient is working in harmony for your crop to reach its full potential, maximizing growth while offering lower use rates and greater overall efficiency. And with our comprehensive customer support and robust agronomic knowledge, you can feel confident that your precision crop nutrition plan is the right one to reach your goals. Apply less, expect more? Precisely. Find an AgroLiquid dealer and achieve more with less at agroliquid.com.
At the KSMO studios, your hometown radio station, time for sports news. Salem boys basketball Tigers will host Steelville tonight. The JV will start things out at 6, followed by the varsity game around 7:15. Varsity game will be aired on KSMO radio and video streamed on KSMO Media. Salem is 9-7 going into the game, while Steelville is 5-9 also going into that contest. St. Louis Blues will be in Calgary tonight to face the Flames. Game will be delayed and heard on KSMO immediately after Salem basketball, about 9:15. Missouri Tigers will play Texas A&M tonight. That game will not be heard on KSMO due to Salem Tigers basketball. Missouri's 0-5 in the SEC Conference, 8-10 overall. And the St. Louis Cardinals signed free agent Matt Carpenter to a 1-year deal Friday. Cardinals have also agreed to a 2-year contract with infielder-outfielder Tommy Edman, avoiding a potential arbitration hearing. And there you have it. A look at what's going on in news and sports, brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO Radio. Your hometown radio station is 7:46. Time for that daily investment report from the offices of Joe Brand and Leah Nash of Edward Jones. Edward Jones Brokerage, been helping people for many years, and they can assist you as well. They're over 101 years, as a matter of fact. Get in touch with them at 729-3831 or drop by 907 South Pershing. Joe Brand, Leah Nash of Edward Jones, member SIPC, and that daily investment report. With our report this morning, it's Joe Brand. Joe?
Thank you. This is Joe Brand of Edward Jones, bringing you the daily financial market report. Stock markets closed higher Monday after the S&P 500 reached a fresh all-time high on Friday, while gains in 2024 thus far have been more muted than the rapid rally at the end of 2023. Parts of the market continue to move higher. The technology-heavy NASDAQ is up about 2% year-to-date, and the Magnificent Seven stocks, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Tesla, NVIDIA, and Meta, or up on average 3.9%. Meanwhile, the Russell 2000 Small Cap Stock Index is down over 3% this year so far, despite showing better momentum at the end of 2023. Bond yields have also pushed higher in 2024, with the 10-year Treasury yield going from about 3.88% at the start of the year to around 4.1% currently. This has put some downward pressure on bond market returns, with the U.S. aggregate bond index down about 1.4% this year. The Dow was up 138 points Monday at 38,002. The Nasdaq closed up 49 points at 15,360. The S&P 500 was up 11 points at 4,850. Crude oil was up $1.30 at $74.55. Gold was down $7.10, $2,022.20. In stocks of local interest, Ameren 68.85 down 43 cents, AT&T 16.80 up 13 cents, Boeing 214.93 down 9 cents, Dollar General 134.82 up $2.60. McDonald's $298.41 down $2.12. Microsoft $396.51 down $2.16. PepsiCo $165.11 down 67 cents. Procter & Gamble $147.86 up 29 cents. U.S. Bancorp $41.78 down 23 cents. Walmart $162.39 up a penny. This has been today's Financial Market Report, brought to you by Edward Jones, member SIPC, serving individual investors with personalized attention and long-term financial advice, right here in Salem at 907 South Pershing. If you'd like additional information, please stop by or call 729-3831.
Thank you, Joe, and don't forget to join us again for our next daily investment report around 7:30, 7:35, somewhat, 5:30 or 5:35 this afternoon, 7:40 to 7:45 tomorrow morning. Joe Brand and Leah Nash of Edward Jones, member SIPC. Sometimes the brain just stops working, it just does it. Anyway, don't forget to call them at 729-3831, or feel free to stop by the office, 907 South Pershing. They got it all decorated for Valentine's Day. Check it all out. Joe Brand, Leah Nash of Edward Jones, member SIPC. We invite you to keep it right here. We're going to come right back in just a moment, and when we do, we have for you a full look at that weather coming up next.
Jet Tire and Auto has a wide selection of tires and wheels in stock and can special order any tires you may need. They are also a full-service auto repair shop serving the Salem and surrounding areas, offering a variety of services from alignments to oil changes to bumper-to-bumper checks, as well as UTV services. Jet Tire and Auto also does state inspections and emission tests. Check out their website for all the services they offer at jettireandauto.com, and don't forget to like them on Facebook. For more information or questions, call 729-3650 or stop by 800 South Park Street in Salem.
This is St. Louis Blues broadcaster Chris Kerber, inviting you to follow all the exciting action of St. Louis Blues hockey this season. If you can't make it to the game, the next best thing is being there listening here on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO Radio in Salem, Missouri. Your radio home for the St. Louis Blues.
Have you seen Town Screen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at Advanced Chiropractic, Jet Tires and Auto, Salem Bowling Center, and Terrell's Complete Auto Care, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Town Screen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained. Town Screen in Salem.
At the KSMO studios, time for Operation Weather Watch, complete summary of weather in the region and KSMO listing area. An upper-level trough is currently digging south across the west coast, creating southwesterly flow for the Ozarks in the upper and mid-levels. Moisture from the Gulf and even as far west as Baja is advecting in along the geostrophic jet flow. This pattern is somewhat stalled for now, allowing lots of moisture to stream in, and it's positioning us perfect for the exit to the left of our current region, which will be bringing in the new moisture as this old moisture moves out. Monday's rains almost made it all the way out of our area. Did leave a nice low-level stratus cloud deck, though. Good moisture in the low levels could mean still some mixed drizzle out there occasionally this morning. Really not much of anything. Like I said, a few drops here and there could occur off and on throughout the entire day. We'll have some dry time through most of the late morning and through the afternoon early before rain returns later on tonight. For our area, most of that rain will not be until after midnight. The afternoon rain will begin to move into the very, very far southwest around mid-afternoon, then move north through the evening. Less than half an inch of rain is expected with that round, but given the widespread accumulations of over an inch in many areas, we'll need to closely monitor for the potential of getting some flood because there's nowhere for the rain to go. Temperatures will be in the mid-40s today and stay warm overnight, into the low 40s due to the cloud cover. It will rain through the night, and some may still see some scattered showers Wednesday morning. Rain will continue to move out through the morning and allow for a break before yet another shortwave trough brings in some more rain. That'll be late Wednesday night into Thursday morning. When it's all said and done by Thursday afternoon, the area rain totals from the first round of precipitation from Sunday to Thursday afternoon or evening will be about 1 to 2 inches, depending upon where you might be. More rain is on the horizon beginning Friday night and lasting through Saturday, at least through most of the early part of the day Saturday. Should be done by Saturday night. We'll be a few degrees above normal all week with highs in the upper 40s to mid-50s. So fairly pleasant weather for this time of year. 38 our high yesterday, 27 the low. Normal highs 45, normal low 24. Record high 75 in 1909. Minus 10 the record low in 1963. 72 100ths of an inch, or basically 3/4 of an inch of precipitation yesterday by midnight. That doesn't mean the rain stopped at midnight. It did not. It continued on in the early morning hours. So we actually got about another 4/5 of an inch of rain overnight. So, yeah, we had some good rain coming through last night. Whether you missed it or not, don't know. Anyway, month-to-date total, 2 1/3 inches as of midnight last night. 1 and basically 19/20 would be normal. 7:16 the time of sunrise this morning, 5:19 the time of sunset. The extended forecast for Saturday through Monday: clouds on Saturday with a chance of showers, especially early in the day. They could linger into the afternoon with a high about 43. Cloudy Saturday night, low of 31. Have some sunshine on Sunday, a few clouds and a high of 42. Partly cloudy Sunday night, low of 27. Mostly sunny Monday, high of 51 degrees. That local forecast and our current conditions next, right after this.
Do you know who some of the most avid readers of Cardinals Magazine are? It's Cardinal alumni. Our former players tell me time and again that Cardinals Magazine is one of their favorite ways to stay connected to the birds on the bat.
And you know, Ricky, I've heard the same thing. They feel like they're still coming to the ballpark each day when they're enjoying the impressive lineup of feature stories in every issue of Cardinals Magazine.
Cardinals Magazine helps you really get to know the current players, not only their stories in uniform, but who they are off the field and how they got to where they are.
And it doesn't stop with the stories on current players. No one does a better job giving fans a truer picture of everything happening on the field, inside the ballpark, and all over Cardinals Nation. Even stories on our Cardinals alumni.
Join our former players who enjoy the classic coverage of Cardinals Magazine. Subscribe for yourself and your favorite fan at cardinals.com/magazine or 314-345-9000.
Cardinals Magazine. It's all here.
At KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station, our forecast does call for a few clouds to be hanging around this morning. We can't see it's still a sprinkle or two. Could even be a little patchy fog in some areas. Otherwise, mostly just clouds. We'll have winds that'll continue to keep coming out of the south throughout most of the morning hours. By the afternoon, they should move over to the east. Then for tonight, showers are going to redevelop more than likely after midnight in our area, but we can't rule out a little sprinkle or light shower before midnight. Winds, they're going to be out of east at 5 to 10 throughout the overnight hours and the evening hours. Chance of precipitation tonight is 100%. Then for Wednesday morning, a 40% chance of showers, then intermittent sprinkles and light rain throughout the day Wednesday with a high of 54. Winds will move back to the south at 5 to 10. Wednesday night, 3 and 10 chance of rain developing again after midnight, low of 39, with southerly winds moving to the northwest after midnight. Then Thursday, a 3 and 10 chance of morning light showers, cloudy otherwise, and a high of 50 with northwest winds all day, 5 to 10. Cloudy Thursday night, low of 35, and more clouds on Friday with a high of 50 for a chance of rain moves in late Friday night, and a low of 35. Currently here, KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. We still have plenty of gray skies, lots of clouds out there. We do have 37 degrees. We do have winds out of south at 8. 100% relative humidity. Pressure rising. 30.19 inches. Feels like 31 right now at KSMO Radio. And there you have it. A look at Operation Weather Watch. Complete summary of weather in the region and the KSMO listening area. We invite you to keep it right here at KSMO, as we're going to come right back with civic happenings in just a moment on your hometown radio station. We are AM 1340, FM 95.7, KSMO Radio, and streaming online at KSMOradio.com, KSMO Stream, Facebook, and KSMO YouTube.
Check out these New Year's savings at Napa Auto Parts Store in Salem. You'll find Seafoam concentrated fuel injector cleaner starting at $4.99. Napa Extended Life Cooling System Antifreeze plus coolant for all makes and models starting at $12.99 for the 1 gallon size. Stop by Napa Auto Parts Store, 604 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem today.
Want a good way to start the morning? Grab a McDonald's breakfast. Want a better way to start the morning? Grab their incredible buy one, get one for $1 breakfast deal. Now that's what I call a morning miracle. Right now, I can choose from the scrumptious sausage biscuit, savory sausage McMuffin, or the soft and warm sausage McGriddles. At McDonald's, morning miracles really do exist. I guess you could say I'm living on the sunny side of the drive-thru line. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Save on everyday items with digital coupons at Country Mart. It's easy. Download the Town & Country Markets app and browse through a variety of digital coupons available and clip them to your account. You can also clip digital coupons online at tcmarkets.com. Shop at a store for your favorite items, then tell them your phone number at checkout, and the digital coupons will be deducted from your purchase automatically. Scan the QR code on the in-store flyer to learn more and start saving more today.
7:59 at KSMO. Top of the hour time brought to you by Doug Wisdom and Wisdom Financial Services. Hoping all of you have a very, very happy and safe day. And if you're out and about driving, please be extra careful. If there are some slick spots, don't know how many more there are, but there are a few. We do want to pass on the cancellations before we jump into our civic record. Again, this will be the last time for the schools. All Salem and Dent County schools have canceled their classes for today. That's Oak Hill R1, Green Forest R2, Den Phelps R3, Northwood R4, Salem R80. No school today. City of Salem Board of Aldermen meeting scheduled for tonight has been rescheduled for Thursday, January 25th. More details in the agenda will be released a little bit later on this week. And the City of Salem utility bills that were due yesterday, well, they're due today now to avoid paying late fees since they closed the office yesterday due to the bad weather. Remember, you can make your payment online at salemo.com and under online utility payment. Again, all Salem and Dent County schools, including Oak Hill R1, Green Forest R2, Den Phelps R3, Northwood R4, Salem R80. No school. The Board of Aldermen meeting for the City of Salem, scheduled for tonight, has been rescheduled for Thursday night. And the City of Salem utility bills that were due yesterday, obviously you couldn't pay them because the offices were closed, will be due by 5 o'clock today in order to avoid paying your late fees. You're up to date at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. Time for that civic record. It's a program of church and civic news and a mention of persons recently deceased. Civic record brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at KSMO Radio and your friends at Southtown Furniture on Highway 19 South. Reminding you, there's never a bad time to browse around and check out furniture, especially if you're going to be moving into a new house or maybe you're going to be ridding yourself of some older furniture that you have in a number of different ways. Number one, maybe it's just wore out. Maybe number two, you've got youngins that are going to be wanting to take that furniture with them when they go somewhere. And then that way it opts for you to get some different furniture for your home. And then number three, maybe it's just time to make some changes. Maybe you got added onto your house, or maybe you've done some different things. You want to move that sofa from the living room to the family room or to the man cave or whatever it might be. You know, these things all happen. I know they used to happen in my house. My mom moved a sofa one time, infuriated my father. It was his favorite napping sofa, so we had to go from upstairs to downstairs to take his nap. Yeah, well, it's all right, though. He got used to it. But nonetheless, if you do have furniture that's going to move around and you're going to replace it, not a problem. If you have furniture you're not going to keep and you need to replace it, or appliances, for that matter, that are getting bad and they're just not doing the job anymore, get down to Southtown. Southtown Furniture, right here in Salem. Bedding, appliances, beautiful furnishings, floor covering, accessories, all under one roof. Southtown Furniture in Salem. It is where the bargains are. 1601 South Highway 19, 729-3422, or go online, southtownfurnituresalem.com. Daniel Doc Hatch of Licking passed away January 17th at the age of 85. A celebration of life for Daniel Doc Hatch will be held at 11 this morning at the Licking United Methodist Church. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Fox Funeral Home for Daniel Doc Hatch, whose celebration of life will be this morning at 11 at the Licking United Methodist Church. Ursula Sophia Valerio of Salem passed away Sunday, January 14th at the age of 81. Funeral services for Ursula Valerio will be at 1 o'clock this afternoon at the Salem Christian Church. Visitation will be from 11 until service time at the church. Burial will be in the Cedar Grove Cemetery. Ursula Sophia Valerio, survived by her son Victor Valerio of Salem, her brother Walden Skonechny, and wife Jennifer of Salem, and extended family and friends. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for Ursula Sophia Valerio, whose funeral services will be at 1 o'clock today at the Salem Christian Church. Louise Lucille Derryberry of Salem passed away Thursday, January 11th at the age of 98. Funeral services for Louise Lucille Derryberry will be held at 1 o'clock today at the Salem Chapel of James and Gar Mortuary. Visitation for family and friends will be from 11:30 until service time at the Salem Chapel of James and Gar. Interment will be in the North Lawn Cemetery. Louise Lucille Derryberry, survived by children Janet Mead and husband Gary of Houston, Texas, and Roger Derryberry and wife Terry of St. Louis, 3 grandchildren and 4 great-grandchildren. All the arrangements are under the direction of the James and Gar Mortuary of Salem for Louise Lucille Derryberry, whose funeral services will be at 1 o'clock this afternoon at the Salem Chapel of James and Gar Mortuary. Reba Swearingen of Licking passed away on Thursday, January 18th at the age of 78. Funeral services for Reba Swearingen will be held tomorrow afternoon at 2 at the Fox Funeral Home in Licking. Visitation for Reba will be from 5 until 7 this evening at the funeral home. Interment will be in the Boone Creek Cemetery. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Fox Funeral Home of Licking for Reba Swearingen, whose funeral services will be Wednesday afternoon at 2 at the Fox Funeral Home in Licking. Roger Donald of Steelville passed away on Saturday at the age of 74. Funeral services for Roger Donald will be at noon Friday at the Britton Bennett Funeral Home in Steelville, with visitation from 4 until 8 Thursday evening at the Britton Bennett Funeral Home. Interment will be in the Steelville Cemetery. Roger Donald, survived by his wife Darlene Donald of Steelville, 2 sons, Kenneth Donald of Seguin, Texas, and wife Samantha Jo, and Clinton James of Steelville, 2 daughters, Heather Douglas and husband Kenny of Camdenton, and Anita Donald of Springfield, 2 brothers, Bruce Donald of Cherryville and wife Cheryl, and Jerry Donald of Roach and wife Carla, plus 4 grandchildren, other relatives, and friends. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Britton Bennett Funeral Home of Steelville for Roger Donald, whose funeral services will be held at noon Friday at the Britton Bennett Funeral Home in Steelville. George Roland Ponzer of Rolla passed away Friday, January 19th at the age of 95. Funeral services for George Roland Ponzer will be held at the Rolla Chapel of James and Gar Mortuary Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Visitation will be at the chapel prior to the service from 11 until service time. The interment will be in the Lake Springs Cemetery. George Roland Ponzer is survived by children Roland Ponzer and wife Sandy of Blue Springs, Missouri, Gregory Ponzer of Bellingham, Washington, Melvin Ponzer and wife Rhoda of Harrisburg, Missouri, Laura Ponzer of Rolla, David Ponzer of Rolla, Martha French and husband Kenneth of Rolla, Frank Ponzer and wife Cheryl of Estes Park, Colorado, plus a host of grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren. Memorials may be made to the Lake Springs Cemetery. Cards are available, and all the arrangements are under the direction of the James and Gar Mortuary of Rolla for George Roland Ponzer, whose funeral services will be at 1 o'clock on Friday afternoon at the Rolla Chapel of James and Gar Mortuary. Leonard Oliver Lenny Southern of St. James passed away Thursday, January 18th at the age of 76. Funeral services for Leonard Oliver Lenny Southern will be held Friday afternoon at 1 at the St. James Chapel of James and Gar Mortuary. Visitation will be held at the chapel from 11 in the morning until service time at 1. Lenny Southern is survived by children Denise Chu and husband Frankie of Hendersonville, Tennessee, Sean Southern, wife Erica of Mount Airy, Georgia, and Melissa Sorrells and wife Jeremy of Calhoun, Georgia. Sisters Karen Clark of Missouri, LaDonna Southern of Kansas City, Verlie Faust of St. James, and Sharon Webster and husband Dan of Cuba, plus 7 grandchildren. All the arrangements are under the direction of the James and Gar Mortuary of St. James for Leonard Oliver Lenny Southern, whose funeral services will be Friday at 1 at the St. James Chapel of James and Gar Mortuary. More of our Civic Record is next when we come right back.
Southtown Furniture in Salem is your local authorized appliance dealer for Speed Queen washers and dryers. Speed Queen is the most dependable washer and dryer available today, featuring their famous commercial design using only the highest quality metal components. These components are tested for over 10,000 cycles or 25 years of life at 8 loads per week. Your clothes will always come out cleaner with Speed Queen's large size agitator and wash tub, both rotating, allowing water to move through the heaviest fabric to create a better, gentle wash. Stop by Southtown Furniture today, your local authorized appliance dealer for Speed Queen washers and dryers, Highway 19 South, right here in Salem. It's Southtown Furniture.
At the KSMO studios, we continue with our Civic Record. Continuing on, the Salem Eagles this Friday and Saturday will be having a karaoke contest. The contest is open to the public. The contest is for the first 25 people who register. And registration will be Friday, January 26th from 6:30 to 7:30 at the Eagles Club. The contest will begin at 8 o'clock. Then the top 12 will move on to the final round, which will be held on Saturday, January 27th. There'll be cash prizes for the top 3 winners on Saturday, January 27th. Salem Eagles, it's out Highway 32 West, just past the airport on the north side of Highway 32. It's their karaoke contest. Again, the first 25 people to register get the chance, and registration will be Friday, 6:30 to 7:30 at the club, with the contest actually starting at 8, and then the top 12 move on to the final round Saturday, January 27th. Should be a lot of fun at the Eagles this Friday and Saturday with karaoke. Creative Arts Center will be hosting a painting and animating water in watercolor class with Lexi Much. It'll be held on Monday, January 29th from 1 to 4. They'll be painting a simplified creek scene to practice and improve watercolor painting skills, then use this to create an animation. Develop your watercolor painting technique, and then learn the process of hand-drawn animation at the same time. Also covered will be some watercolor basics, and you'll have the chance to practice the craft, working together to create an animated scene as a group. Students will see the process of hand-drawn, hand-painted animation, then learn how they might endeavor to create their own at home, and then find out what tools would be necessary for such a project. All skill levels are encouraged to attend. Cost is $25 per adult, $10 for children. Class is open to those 10 years of age and above. All the supplies will be included. A minimum of 4 people must sign up for the class to be held. Class registrations on a first-come, first-served basis with online registrations. Interested persons can sign up under programs at the SalemCommunityBetterment.com website for all the activities at the Creative Arts Center. And at the Salem Nutrition site today, they'll be serving up meatloaf with mashed potatoes and gravy, roasted Brussels sprouts, bread, and milk. Don't forget the Salem Nutrition site's located inside the Salem Senior Center, 604 North McGrath Lane. Everybody's welcome to come and eat at the Salem Nutrition site. All ages are welcome, and if you're 60 and above, the suggested contribution, $5 for your lunch. If you're under the age of 60, your meal will cost you $7. Don't forget, stop on by and check it out for yourself at 604 North McGrath Lane. If you have any questions, call 729-2373. Or again, that meal today will be meatloaf, mashed potatoes and gravy, roasted Brussels sprouts, bread, and milk. And don't forget that the menu can change without notice. That does conclude the Civic Record. It's a program of church and civic news and a mention of persons recently deceased. Civic Record brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at KSMO Radio and your friends at Southtown Furniture and Highway 19 South, bringing you always a great selection of wonderful pieces from which you can select, be it bedding, appliances, accessories, might even be that beautiful, beautiful furniture that you've been coming to crave maybe in this new year. Could be a sectional, could be a traditional sofa, maybe a love seat. Yep. A lot of different options. Maybe it's that lift chair or that rocker recliner you've been hankering for a long time. Head on down to Southtown. Southtown Furniture, 2 blocks south of the crossroads at 1601 South Highway 19. Call them, 729-3422, or go online and browse at SouthtownFurnitureSalem.com. Serving you since 1922. Southtown Furniture, it's where the bargains are. We got statewide news coming up from the Missouri Net. We got our Salem Nutrition Center's menu, AP News, and sports on the Missouri Net. All on the way, KSMO Radio.
Out of town and want to know what's going on in Salem, how the Salem Tigers did, or who may have passed away? There's only one way to get that information quickly, and that's by going to Your World Today online. Go to KSMORadio.com and click on the Your World Today button, and you'll get the latest edition online, or check out the Your World Today archives. And if you are in town, pick one up in any of the 30-plus locations in Salem and Bunker. Your World Today, they're free.
Are you having a hard time finding ag podcasts? We can help. The podcast directory at agriamerica.com allows you to search by category and topic so it's quick and easy to find what you're looking for. Ag Chicks, Farm for Profit, Heart of Rural America, the Shark Farmer Podcast, Real Ag Radio, and more are featured on Agri-America. Our extensive directory has something for everyone. Discover a new ag podcast today by visiting agriamerica.com. That's agriamerica.com.
Jackson Hewitt has a plan to get your tax refund fast with a buck here, buck there, here a buck, there a buck, everywhere a buck.
You don't have to wait weeks for your tax refund. Get money sooner with a no-fee refund advance loan at Jackson Hewitt.
On this loan, there's a money today guarantee. E-I-E-I-Do.
Don't settle for chicken feed. Get fast bucks at Jackson Hewitt today. No-fee refund advance loans by Republic Bank offered to eligible clients. Money today guarantee if approved for a loan on a prepaid card. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Missouri Net News, I'm Marshall Griffin. 51-year-old Brian Dorsey is scheduled to be executed by the state of Missouri for killing his cousin and her husband in mid-Missouri's New Bloomfield. However, 60 Missouri corrections officers, both current and former, want his April execution halted. The employees sent a letter to Governor Mike Parson asking for mercy. In their letter, they support the death penalty, but also say that it's not an appropriate punishment for Dorsey. The governor has not announced a decision on the request. A topic of discussion this year in the legislature is greater access to health care for Missouri farmers and ranchers. A state House committee is considering a bill that would help to create a health care plan for Missouri Farm Bureau members. Marshall State Rep. Curtis Gregory, who's also a farmer, is sponsoring the bill.
pulling like the Missouri Farm Bureau and their qualified membership organizations out from under the Department of Commerce and Insurance to sell health coverage. It's going to look like it, it's going to act like it, it's going to be very similar to it. It just gives an option to their members to be able to buy more competitive rated health coverage products.
St. Anne Democrat Doug Clemens says insurance can do a better job than a health benefits plan. A St. Louis County hotel manager has been indicted and accused of using her position to steal more than $150,000 from her employer. 39-year-old Angelique Patterson is accused of defrauding a Richmond Heights hotel where she worked as an assistant general manager. She's accused of changing the hotel's reservation system to falsely show that customers used hotel loyalty reward system points to pay for their stay. She then reportedly would add her own credit or debit card info into the system and have the customer's payment refunded to her. More than 300,000 Missourians have signed up for plans on the federal health care insurance market. St. Louis Public Radio reports that as of late December, that's an increase of about 80,000 compared to last year. Missouri's increase reflects a national trend of more people signing up for 2024 insurance coverage through the market. Meanwhile, Medicaid enrollment has dropped by more than 100,000 since Missouri's Medicaid removal began last June. You can find news online anytime at MissouriNet.com. This is MissouriNet.
The United States Deputy Sheriff's Association is a national nonprofit and the largest non-governmental provider of services to law enforcement. The USDSA assists city, county, state, and federal agencies with free safety equipment donations and officer survival training, along with cash donations to families of law enforcement officers who perish in the line of duty, a citizen awareness program, and more. For more information on United States Deputy Sheriff's Association, please visit usdeputy.org.
Every day we take steps to keep the people we love safe, but some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
The Missouri House Republican Caucus has announced a new sub-caucus on policy development. Anthony Morabith reports.
The group will work to discuss proposed House bills and recommend which ones should be legislative priorities for the caucus. House Speaker Dean Plunkett says that having a Republican supermajority makes it difficult to develop a consensus on which bills should be a priority. Who will make up this new sub-caucus is unknown. And this news comes as the same Republican supermajority in the Missouri Senate is at odds with each other over what the Republican priorities should be to get legislation passed. On Thursday, the Missouri Freedom Caucus, made up of far-right senators, blocked Senate business for nearly 10 hours to argue over what policies should be a priority for Senate Republicans. Anthony Morabith, MissouriNet.
$262 million are in tonight's Mega Millions jackpot. The one-time cash payout is worth $123.5 million. This is MissouriNet.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
Do It Right deals are going on now at K&H Auto Supply, where you'll find a Power Torque 6-piece screwdriver set priced at $17.99, a Schumacher 1.5 amp 12-volt battery charger maintainer for $35.99, and Brake Best brake parts cleaner 2 for $8. K&H Auto Supply is your Parts City Auto Parts store here in Salem.
Parts City, yeah, Parts City, Parts City.
Here at KSMO Radio, let's take a look at that Salem Nutrition Center's menu for today on this Tuesday morning, and they will be serving up meatloaf, mashed potatoes and gravy, roasted Brussels sprouts, bread, and milk. The menu at the Salem Nutrition site is located inside 604 North McGrath Lane, and they serve that menu from 11 to 12:30 daily, Monday through Friday. And everybody, all ages, are welcome to come and be a part of their lunch at the Salem Nutrition site. Always a good meal. If you're 60 years of age and above, the suggested contribution is $5. If you're under the age of 60, the meal will cost you $7. The Salem Nutrition site inside the Salem Senior Center, 604 North McGrath Lane, where today we're serving up meatloaf, mashed potatoes and gravy, roasted Brussels sprouts, bread, and milk. If you have any questions, call 729-2373, 729-2373, and don't forget that the menu may change without notice. Every weekday, we bring you that Salem Nutrition Center's menus, a courtesy of KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. Keep it here for AP News coming up and sports from the Missouri Net on your Tuesday morning, January the 23rd.
Have you seen TownScreen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at the Salem Community Center at the Armory, Aranda's Mexican Restaurant, and Taxmasters, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use TownScreen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained. TownScreen in Salem.
Your weekend entertainer, KSMO Salem.
This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley. Many of you are going to see wintry weather and lots of rain over the next few days. Then the warm-up. Freezing rain and some snow in the forecast, though, for parts of the Midwest and the Northeast. The South is going to see heavy rain and thunderstorms. Flash floods flipped over cars and damaged homes in San Diego yesterday. The AP's Julie Walker.
The San Diego County Sheriff says deputies pulled people to safety after water rushed into homes. Other residents escaped by wading through waist-high water, carrying their cats and dogs. And there are mud and debris flow warnings around L.A. County's Topanga Canyon.
Will Donald Trump win New Hampshire's GOP presidential primary? Voters are voting now.
A victory in the Granite State for the former president would secure a sweep of the first two Republican primary races and would make a November rematch with President Joe Biden look more likely than ever. At a rally Monday in Laconia, New Hampshire, Trump urged everyone to get out of bed and vote.
We have to win by big margins. And the reason we have to do that, Al, very simple. You know what the reason is in November? We have to send the signal that we're not playing games.
His Republican opponent, Nikki Haley, says,
at the end of the day, this is about what do people want. We know 70% of Americans don't want a Trump-Biden rematch.
And Haley was off to a positive start in New Hampshire with the first in the nation midnight vote in the tiny town of Dixville Notch, a clean sweep of 6 votes for Haley. I'm Donna Warder.
Should felons be allowed to vote? Judges are hearing arguments today on whether Mississippi can continue to forbid those convicted of some felonies from voting. A Vatican-affiliated Catholic charity is making a last-minute appeal to Alabama to stop a planned execution using nitrogen gas. This is AP News. Russia's been targeting cities in Ukraine this morning. The AP's Charles de Ledesma.
A Russian missile attack has targeted the Ukrainian cities of Kyiv and Kharkiv, killing at least 6 people, wounding dozens, and damaging residential buildings. Officials say the Russian barrage included more than 40 ballistic cruise anti-aircraft and guided missiles. At a scene of destruction in Kharkiv, rescue workers cleared debris. Kharkiv Mayor Ihor Terekov says an entire section of a multi-story residential building has been destroyed, trapping an unknown number of people. Ukraine's national police have shared video showing the aftermath of the strike, with injured people being given medical assistance. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
The Dow gained 138 points yesterday. I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
If you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music,
this is Mommy's jam.
then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Did you know there is someone at your local hospital who can help you manage and understand the challenges of today's healthcare decisions? I'm Lisa Delaney, Director of Social Services at Salem Memorial District Hospital. If you have questions about Medicare or Medicaid, rehabilitation services, long-term care placement, or advanced healthcare planning, call me at 573-729-6626 to discuss your needs. We are committed to every patient, every encounter, every time.
At the Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety, driving CMVs during winter is no joke. Always be cautious, be prepared, and be safe. Simple actions save lives. Brought to you by Show Me Zero.
Missouri Nut Sports, I'm Bill Pollock. The Chiefs defense will have their hands full when they try to slow down Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. It looked like maybe the Bills had figured something out. They ran the ball 39 times against KC's defense, and quarterback Josh Allen gained 72 yards. In their win over the Texans, Jackson ran for 100. Andy Reid on how they'll prepare for Lamar's legs.
Yeah, I would tell you it's somewhat the same. You have to stay in your lanes. You have to stay disciplined with any quarterback that runs. Lamar's special and one of the faster guys on the field. And he's shifty where Josh will go. He'll go right through you. He doesn't care. This kid throws on the move well. He runs the ball well. We've just got to stay on top of that part of it, throughout practice this week and then during the game.
Sixth straight AFC Championship game for the Chiefs. The Chargers and Jim Harbaugh will meet again later this week. ESPN reporting that the Chargers expected to hold a second interview with current Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh. The Mizzou Tigers go for their first SEC win. They play at Texas A&M tonight. The Tigers on a 5-game losing streak. Tamar Bates scored 36 of the Tigers' 67 points in their loss against Florida. He says to break out of this slump, they've got to finish plays.
We're capable of it, but we haven't been finishing up possessions with rebounds. We'll force a miss and either get a basket or and one or offensive rebound, and those possessions are demoralizing to the team.
Tip-off at 8. The Cardinals locking down one of their top infielders. They signed Tommy Edman to a 2-year deal, $16.5 million. The Cardinals avoid arbitration. Edman played short, second, center field. He hit .248, 13 homers, 27 stolen bases. Bill Pollock, Missouri Nut Sports.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're for the people of Missouri. We're for kayakers, car dealers, grocery baggers, and mail carriers. We're for teachers, preachers, students, and singers. Armed service members? You bet we're for you. We're for people who shake your hand and say hello, not because they know you, but because they don't. We're for brewmasters, stockbrokers, beauty queens, and truck drivers. And don't worry, we're still for farmers too. Whatever you do, if you're a Missourian, we're for you. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we've got Missouri covered.
If I could be you.
And you could be me? For just 1 hour.
If you could find a way
to get inside each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Country Mart in Salem, you'll find gluten-free, organic, and diabetic products. They also have fresh produce, quality meats, a bakery, and a full-service deli that serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Have you joined the Country Mart e-Club yet? You'll receive exclusive offers, weekly specials, and special sale items through your email. It's free to join, and for more information about the e-Club, go to www.tcmarkets.com. It's just another service from Country Mart in Salem. Have you seen Town Screen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at the American Legion Post number 99, Looking Glass Salon, Salem Senior Center, and McCoy Vision Clinic, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Town Screen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained, Town Screen in Salem.
Do you want to optimize the amount of plant nutrition provided by the microbes in your soil? Source it. Want to replace 25 pounds of nitrogen and phosphorus per acre with a soil activator that doesn't leach or volatilize? Then Source it. How about a cost-effective alternative to live biologicals that you can throw in the tank and spray in season? Yep, Source it. Want peace of mind knowing that your nutrition plan is guaranteed to make money? You guessed it. Source it. Unlock your crop's potential and increase ROI with a low use rate foliar spray that doesn't require an extra pass in your fields. Source is easy to handle, easy to apply, and easy to store. So if you want an easy way to make your fertilizer plan more efficient and save money, there's only one answer. Source it. Learn more at sound.ag.
8:31 at KSMO, a slight chance of getting a little light shower activity could occur, but mostly it's going to happen later on this afternoon. It does appear. I think we're pretty much done for this morning. We might still see a drop or two, but don't think you're going to see too much of anything. But then after 5 o'clock, we could see a 20% chance of getting a little light shower. Now, cloudy skies will be with us all day for the most part. We might see a peak or two of sunshine. We might. 46 is our high expected today with southerly winds 5 to 10 moving to the east in the afternoon. Rain again after midnight tonight. We could have some pretty good rain, actually a nice moderate rainfall. And temperatures are going to be pretty much steady overnight, dropping to only 42. We will have east winds 5 to 10. Chance of getting rain after midnight tonight is 100%. 40% chance of intermittent showers off and on through Wednesday, high of 55. We will have a south breeze 5 to 10. Wednesday night, 3 in 10 chance of showers redeveloping after midnight. Cloudy and a low of 39 and a 30% chance of more rain early Thursday morning up till about maybe noonish or so. Otherwise cloudy. We will have a southerly wind Wednesday night at 5 to 10, moving to the northwest after midnight. That'll stay out of the northwest all the way through the day Thursday at about 5 to 10. And our high on Thursday, though, still expected to be about 50 degrees. Thursday night, cloudy at the low of 35, and more clouds Friday and a high of 50 for another chance of rain. Moves in by Friday night. At the KSMO studios right now, though, 37 degrees. We do have cloudy skies. Winds are out of south at 9. We have 100% relative humidity. Pressure rising up. 30.19 inches, feels like 31 at KSMO Radio. It is now time for a little agribusiness news. It's the Missouri Report from the Brownfield Farm Market Network, brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at KSMO Salem, 1340 AM and FM 95.7, and streaming online at KSMOradio.com, KSMO Stream Facebook, and your KSMO YouTube page.
The ranking member of the Senate Agriculture Committee says the next farm bill is coming together despite a few roadblocks. I'm Kara Hart with Ag News on Brownfield. John Bozeman tells Brownfield his concern isn't about partisanship or getting a farm bill across the finish line this election year, only that the new farm bill is done right.
It's going to take as long as it takes, but we aren't going to have a farm bill unless we have meaningful change that will give the farmers the tools that they need.
Last week, Senate Agriculture Committee Chairwoman Debbie Stabenow sent a letter outlining her priorities to the committee, which included a boost for the escalator provision for reference prices in the price loss coverage program. Bozeman says he doesn't have all the details, but discussions continue with farmers and land-grant universities to find a reference price solution that works with the current budget.
We want to make sure that the policies, whatever those policies become, are things that actually benefit our farmers.
Bozeman says the Senate's planning to release a new farm bill framework in the next few weeks, and then
start hashing out the details amongst the four corners.
Ag Secretary Tom Vilsack says there are new investments to support renewable energy production and domestic fertilizer expansion. On Monday at the American Farm Bureau Federation's convention, Vilsack says $157 million will support projects.
It's going to help lower costs for farmers all across the United States. We've already done over 4,800 of those awards, and we're going to continue to see a significant increase.
Vilsack also says projects in 7 states are being awarded $50 million through the Fertilizer Production Expansion Program to increase domestic supplies.
We know that for far too long we have been over-reliant on others to supply the fertilizer necessary for crop production. That's why I'm excited today to make additional announcements in our fertilizer expansion effort. We've identified roughly 90 projects that we're exploring.
President Biden's committed up to $900 million through the Commodity Credit Corporation for the Fertilizer Production Expansion Program. A policy expert in the airline industry says sustainable aviation fuel can be a worldwide opportunity to help lower greenhouse gas emissions. Jeff Davidman, Vice President of Government Affairs with Delta Airlines, says the fuel can accelerate progress toward a net zero future.
We use about 4 billion gallons of conventional jet fuel every year. We've made a commitment, as have our partners in the U.S. airline industry, to try and take 10% of conventional jet fuel and make that sustainable aviation fuel by 2030.
But he tells Brownfield significant investments are needed to boost production. He says their goal is to use 3 billion gallons each year by 2030, but only 20 million gallons of sustainable aviation fuel is currently being produced. I'm Kara Hart for Brownfield.
What is it that makes you powerful? It's not only having a voice, but knowing that it's heard loud and clear. We understand knowledge can change your life, and that energy will continue to power it. And because you're part of a Touchstone Energy cooperative, we're always listening. Because you're more than just a customer, you're a member. And what's more powerful than that?
We are Missouri's electric cooperatives. Learn more at membersfirst.coop today.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
This is Deborah Hobson, Director of Infection Prevention. To help prevent disease, wash your hands. As you touch people, surfaces, and objects throughout the day, you accumulate germs on your hands. In turn, you can infect yourself with these germs by touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Washing your hands frequently can help limit the transfer of germs that causes illness. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
RSV is a common respiratory virus that usually causes mild cold-like symptoms.